If you know, coming to the UK is to make money. You see white collar job, you see office
9 to
job,
5
you see 9 to 5.
People in the
Leave
IT,
it alone.
people in the IT
Yeah.
are making money. They are
Aside
making
IT,
money.
yes, but you see all those ones we counted, white collar job, 9 to 5, office job, leave it
May not
alone.
give you the
Because
kind of
even me
money.
now, I'm also thinking about it. I was complaining to my friend I met in my new job because I've been there for like a couple of months now, and I was like, who sent me? Because to be honest, when I was working in care, I thought I was the one suffering in this life. I feel say, let me suffer part.
Saying it's better to be doing a job that you're getting all the pay you want, but your mental health is at stake. Or would you rather be doing a job, even though the pay is low, but at least your sanity, you are happy and you're in a better state? Because you know this UK is already so.
Hi guys, you're welcome to my YouTube channel, and today I have somebody here with me that will be talking about UK career and salary and money and everything. So if you're seeing my face for the first time, my name is Gina and you're welcome to my YouTube space. So today, like I said, I have a special guest with me and I'll be allowing her introduce herself to you all.
Hello guys, you're welcome to this video. Thank you so much, Gina, for having me on this channel. So my name is Ginika and it's nice to be on Gina's Space channel today. Together we are going to be touching some key topics, just like she mentioned earlier, talking about our job, our career, life in the UK in general. So please don't forget to like this video. I've been living in the UK for 1 year and 4 months. Currently I work in a school.
I made a video about where I work, so I think most of you that have viewed my previous video, you already know that I work with the NHS and I currently work as an access support officer or a validation officer. So today I'll be asking Ginika some questions about why she would want to switch from working in a school to working in an healthcare setting. What are your reasons and why would you want to make that kind of decision?
Okay, first and foremost, you know, I'm an Igbo girl and I like money. And you know, living in the UK comes with bills that cannot be explained to people that are not really living here, because most of the times when we say bills, it seems as if it's just cliche. It's something we are saying to gather pity. And trust me, we're not saying this to gather pity from the audience. So, because where I work currently is not paying the bills the way I want.
You have comfort working in a school, right?
Yes.
So, you know, healthcare is not as rosy as it is working in a school. In a school, you have the luxury of time to sit down. You don't work physically with your body, or how do I put it? You just make use of your mental.
That mental thing you are mentioning, and that's where the issue is, honestly. And I wish the nature of working in a school has to do with more physical strength than the mental strength. Yes, my job is flexible, in all fairness. My job allows me have time to be able to manage the home and take care of the kids. But the bulk of the reason actually that I want to switch, or I am looking to switch, let me not say I want to switch in case somebody watches this video now and in the next 3 years I have not still switched. But I've been considering switching to the healthcare one because of the money. I mean, I've interacted with people in the healthcare, and anytime I hear the kind of money they make at the end of the month, I will hear bank shift, I will hear the flexibility that you can work extra and earn more.
It's
in the school, it's not like that. If it doesn't want to work the way I want it to work, what is stopping me from switching to healthcare?
You know, I can really relate to what she's saying. I've been in the UK for about, I didn't introduce myself. I didn't really tell you people. I've been in the UK for about October this year. October 2025 will make me 3 years in the UK. I came through studies. I came for my master's. So I did my master's 1 year. I came into the country. I have worked in healthcare. Like I've worked as a carer, a proper carer, in a care home for about 2 years.
Wow.
And so I can really tell you how it feels like and what it is like. So during my 2 years of working as a carer, like I can work 4 times in a week or 3 times in a week, and I get close to £2,000.
Can you imagine?
After tax,
after tax.
And if I want to work 5 times a week, I can get close to 2,500.
Can you imagine?
Do you understand? I have somebody that works 6 times a week in healthcare, and she gets like 2.7. You know, different care home pays differently. Some care home can pay £16 per hour, but if you're an agency staff, some agency staff get as high as £18 per hour for healthcare.
That's a lot.
I'm not talking about nurses. I'm not talking about senior carers.
So
I'm
now
talking about
imagine nurses.
normal carers get as high as 18 pounds per hour. So if that person is working 5 times a week for 18 pounds per hour, how much are they? Like, do the math. How much are they getting? And right now, everybody, I think everybody have this perception of they don't want to be a carer. They don't like caring job. I know how it feels like. Trust me, because I've been there. When I started working as a carer, there are some days I'll go home, like for weeks, for months, I would not be able to eat. I'll be crying. I'll be like, God, is this the life that I said I wanted to come and live?
So far, it's paying the bills.
But right now, I'm working with NHS. I'm no longer a carer, right? I'm working behind the system. I'm working in a computer, in a system, so I'm not dealing with patients.
Okay.
Even if I'm still working in healthcare system, I'm not a carer. I'm working behind the system. And I work Monday to Friday, which is 5 days a week.
Yes.
8 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Okay.
That's about 8 hours a day, but you have 30 minutes break.
Okay.
And then I wake up very early in the morning. I go to work, like I said, Monday to Friday, and I receive, can you take a guess?
2,000.
Is it before tax or after tax?
After tax.
I receive 5 days a week.
But that's
Monday
not bad,
to. What are you saying?
No, if you compare the average earnings, say in the UK, like on the average.
Yeah, I know, but at the end of the day, care
pays
better than people that are sitting down in the office.
Okay, do you remember Nurse D? I made a video one time talking about how much she earns as a nurse.
Yes,
I
think
saw
that
was
video.
band 3 nurse or something. The day she said her salary, I was watching the video. I said, what am I still doing in the school? Is it not for me to just go and resign and go and study something that will allow me to switch to? I know I can't be a nurse now. Well, not that I can't be a nurse. I can go and go to nursing school. But the one that I can easily switch to now, which is the care you mentioned. See, I will not just go and do something and switch to care, because the kind of money I'm hearing,
and
I understand
and
the bills.
Jesus.
I understand that the nature of the job might not be something that some people would like to do. But let me now ask you, what is really, really easy?
I tell you.
Even for those of us in school, I know how many times I've had to come home and cry because of, the way students interacted or behaved with me. I know how many times I've gone through emotional stress because of torture, because of even the way colleagues have treated me, from being misunderstood. And I'm like, see, no job is easy. You in the care, you're complaining that, for people in the care, that they have to deal with some things that are disgusting. Fine, the degree might be different to each other, but it does not negate the fact that my mental health is at stake in the same way those people that are in care are having to do with their mental health.
And aside even mental health, I was telling my sister, because she was like, she wants to go into teaching. I was like, it's not like Nigeria. UK is totally different in all ramification. Nigeria, you can see teachers slapping students, bows, flogging. You don't try that here in UK. I was telling my sister, you have to have extra
you can't even correct.
You can't shout at them. You can't scold them. You can't
correct
flog
them.
You can't do nothing.
Anyhow, you can correct them really, but there are measures you have to put in place. Now, when I used to be in the sixth form, for those people that are between the age 16 to 19, there was a time that I was in the IT suite, and these students, a boy and a girl, they just came in, they sat down in the front, and the next thing, the guy was just smooching the girls behind.
In your presence.
In my front.
In your presence.
My sister. And I couldn't say anything. And I'm not even talking, let's not even go into the dressing. Like, I was addressing them. I was even confused that should I go and ask my colleagues, what should I do in this scenario? Will I say stop, that's okay? But I've taken time to observe even when they are being taught, and I see that some of them, teacher will be teaching, and the next thing is two people already facing each other, kissing. I'm like,
in the classroom.
In the classroom, and the teacher is there. The teacher is looking. Hey.
If coming to the UK is to make money. You see white collar job. You see office
9 to
job.
5.
You see 9 to 5.
Leave
it alone.
People in the IT are making money.
Aside IT, yes. But you see all those ones we counted, white collar job, 9 to 5, office job. Leave it alone. Because even me now, I'm also thinking about it. I was complaining to my friend I met in my new job, because I've been there for like a couple of months now, and I was like, who sent me? Because to be honest, when I was working in care, I thought I was the one suffering in this life. I feel say, let me suffer past because I'm doing care. And funny enough, care, when I was doing care, I don't use my mental health. I don't use my brain, because I already know that, okay, when you go there, you give them their personal care, you do showers, you feed them, and then you sit down and relax. Except somebody bosses, because I do nights. And I'm not a morning person at all. Waking up in the morning is one of my biggest struggle. Then I get to wake up by 5 because I need to leave by 6. And when I calculate the hours of both transporting and working and everything, I spend more than 12 hours a day. The same 12 hours I do in a care, and they pay me more. I still spend it, but I receive less. Number one, I was complaining to my colleague at work that I wake up very early, which I don't like. I work 5 days. When I was doing care, 3 days.
3 days. Wow.
Do you understand? I have more time for myself, and I still earn more. And then again, when I was doing care, I don't use my brain. I just use my physical strength. But now, the kind of job I'm doing, your brain needs to be active. Like, my brain is working 24/7. Like, most times I get home and I'm so exhausted. Before I started this my office job, my friend that we were staying together, she would always be like, because she works office job, but she works from home. Whenever she finishes, she must sleep. I'll be like, this girl, you're too lazy. She'll be like, her brain is tired, she wants to rest. When I started working mentally, I now understood what she was saying, that you don't need to work physical job for you to be exhausted.
Exactly.
I sit down from that 8 o'clock to 4 o'clock. I am sitting. It's not like I'm doing anything, carrying any heavy lifting or carrying any patient or doing any strong job. It's
but just, you take breaks in between to
my manager would always tell us to always take break, because the job is critical. It's validation.
Does your job allow you to work from home? Must you be in the office?
It's NHS, and they have so many things going on. It's not easy.
It's not easy, my sister.
It's not, and
then in line with the pay.
Coupled with the bills, you have you have rent to pay. You have council tax to pay. If you have a car, you have insurance to pay. You have road, you have fuel to pay. You have food, you have transport and everything. So if you're looking to making money in the UK, my dear, leave office job for people that want to do office job. And care is not so bad, to be honest. Non-honesty.
Even in the saying leave office job for people that want to do, just like I mentioned about looking for extra sources of income for those in schools, you can look into tutoring, really. Tutoring, or just look for any other thing that will augment your salary. We are not this. Please don't get this video wrong. This video is not a video to complain or discourage anybody or to compare. We are just sharing our own experience, like what we think we could even do differently in our various careers, and the perception people or even we usually have about care job. Meanwhile, it's not money that we come to find. It's money we come to find. So why are we perceiving it's money? I cannot do not
what type are you again?
I'm a Igbo. Do you know how many
rivers you crossed? How many seas?
Then I'm not come here and be counting bridge. I want to come here and be picking the money in the job that will let me pick the money.
So we are not saying office job or 9 to 5 job is bad, not at all. But if you know that you like money
like me,
like Ginika stock.
You don't like money.
I love me. I'm still thinking about it. So you know when you've tasted something and then your responsibility remains the same. Okay. For example, I'm earning 2,500 before, and now I'm earning. It's not like the responsibility has
from 2,500 to almost 1,000.
And it's not like the responsibility have reduced though. It's the same responsibility.
And wait, then when you were earning 2,500, you were exempted from paying some bills like council tax.
That's another topic for another day. Not even council tax. If you don't pay for if you get sponsored, like for that one, okay, IHS fee. If you are being sponsored in healthcare, like you're working as a carer, you don't pay for IHS or you can pay for visa, but you don't pay for IHS fee. IHS fee is totally free for those working in healthcare.
You're working in NHS. Are you saying that you don't also get free IHS? You don't get your IHS refunded? Because I watched your video where you talked about how you got your IHS refunded.
So when I was doing care,
yes,
I had my pay slip. That was how I applied for a refund. But right now I'm working in NHS. Even if I'm working in NHS, it's not eligible. The kind of role I'm doing is not eligible for a refund. Because NHS sponsors, if it's from band 3 roles, NHS can sponsor you if you are working as a carer or you are working directly with the patient. If you are a doctor, you are a nurse, you are healthcare, so long you are working with the patient, you are interfacing with the patient, then you can get sponsorship and you will be eligible for a refund for IHS if you are paid. But if you've not paid, then they would waive that one out of it as part of the benefit. But you can still be working in NHS like I am doing right now and not still get that benefit because I'm working in the office.
I see. Now I have that insight from your video, because I was considering, I used to think that everybody that work with the NHS, they get exempted from paying IHS.
Not everybody.
You remember
depends.
the video I made about 2 things I dislike about living here in the UK? You know, I did mention that the second reason is because those of us that are working in schools and other jobs, apart from the care and NHS, we get to pay IHS. IHS, for those that don't know, is the Immigration Health Surcharge fee, and that is what we pay. What people
to have
call
access
to healthcare. What people call free healthcare. Free healthcare is not
it's not free.
We are paying £1,031 per year per head. So I used to think, well, it's like I'm going to switch over to this NHS, any part of the NHS, to be able to get eligible for that refund. But now you have made it clear.
It's not even all part of NHS that sponsor. My role is not, what's the English to put?
Eligible to be sponsored.
So they have a code and they have rules. So like I said, if you are working directly with patients. That is when you get sponsors. But there is a band also, like they don't sponsor band 2, even if you're working directly with the patient, like you're a carer. But if you're a band 2, they don't sponsor you, so you have to move to a band 3. So from band 3 and upwards, if you're working with a patient, you're a doctor, you're a nurse, you're a carer, support worker, clinical support, then you get sponsored, and then you don't get to pay for IHS. But for people like me that I'm working with NHS, and I'm a band 3, but my role is not eligible because they feel like it's a soft job. Everybody wants a white collar job. Everybody wants an office job where you have to sit down. You don't have to go through those mess, or you don't have to interface with patients. I think it's because of the high demand, the labor demand. You understand? They have more people wanting office job than they have more people wanting to work as a carer.
Forefront of caring.
So I think that is. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I understand.
So it just hypothetically. I mean, what's the English?
Hypothetical.
So that is that.
I have to be sincere, because maybe if I had not read too much book, I won't be worried.
She's professor.
Indeed.
For clarification purpose, she is professor. I did not mean professor.
By mouth, by
PhD
paper.
holder.
I guess that is just the major reservation that I have, except if I'm switching to go and use my certificate, employ my PhD degree to teach. Because I know I've been hearing or seeing posts on Facebook, people talking about going to teach in the healthcare, that all of you are still working for the healthcare. But now that you are saying that, because the reason why I want to switch is 1, the money. 2, to be exempted. It's me and money. To be, Jesus first. What shall it profit a man if he gets the whole one? Jesus first. But I need money to be able to live the baby girl life that I've been dreaming. So I've been seeing posts, people say you can come and teach, which I think I can do, right? But now that you're letting me know that for me to be exempted from paying the IHS, I have to be dealing with patients directly. Teaching will not give me that opportunity because I'm not dealing with patients directly, so I will still pay IHS. Then secondly, you're letting me know that you're working with the NHS, your pay reduced drastically from what it was to what it is now. So what if I go and teach, and at the end of the day, if I choose to switch rather, because initially I wasn't considering switching to NHS to go and work in care. I was considering switching to NHS in general, because in my mind, will I have PhD finish and now go and be doing care and be a carer? I just feel like it's an abuse of my certificate. And I'm not saying this to demean any profession or to bring down, but as human being, you start reasoning of what you have achieved, what you have, your qualification, and be asking yourself that, will you allow the love of money make you to now switch and go and be
But is it not the love of money that brought you
It's the love of money that brought me here in the first place. But you asked me, do I have reservation? It's your question I'm answering. Yes, these are the reservations, really. I used to think about my certificate, the number of years I've invested, and
coming looking at where we're coming from, Nigeria. You have PhD in Nigeria. You know where you
yes.
You know the kind of madam.
You may not even have money, but they will respect you.
As in-
But here in the UK, nobody cares.
Nobody cares.
Just pocket at your PhD, because even in the school setting, you have it for yourself. It's not like in Nigeria that you are treated with so much respect and all that. So, what other reservations do I say I even have safe?
What will people say?
Well, what people will say, naturally, I'm not the kind of person that care a lot about what people will say, to be fair. I mean, it is my life. Everybody will be okay last. Are you the one putting food on my table? So why should what you will say about where
Are they
I'm
the one
working?
that brought you here?
Are you even the one that brought me here? Do you know what
you
God
took?
did in my life to bring me here? So why will I really care about what people say? No, not what people will say per se. Flexibility, you already said it's flexible, so
It's very
that's not a
flexible.
reservation for me. But if it's just for flexibility's sake, then I'm still better off where I am, because
Okay.
the nature of my job is flexible. I think those are the reservations I have, really.
But as you're a professor and you're working
I'm
in
a
school-
doctor. There are two different things.
Sorry.
I have PhD. Don't.
Sorry,
Amen.
PhD man.
Amen.
So, and you're working in school. How much do you currently earn?
You don't want to hear this. If I even say it, I'm going to be discouraging a lot of people.
No, so that it's good for people to know the truth and to have an idea of what is happening here, because people would think that you're staying in the UK, you have all the money, everything is rosy. I keep on telling my friends that I would be so glad if everybody in Nigeria come to the UK to come and experience what we're experiencing. I'm not saying the UK is bad,
No,
not at
bad.
all.
Okay.
It's
It's
not
better than where we
bad.
are coming from.
But everything you have to earn
And
it.
yeah, you work
It's
for
not like
it.
Nigeria that you have so many things free because you can know
The
somebody
people
that knows
you
somebody.
Okay.
I
see
always say this,
Yes.
that the way I've worked in the UK, I've
my
never
sister.
ever in my life worked like that.
True.
I have never in my life worked in Nigeria the way I'm working here. Like, I've worked ×3 compared to the way I was working in Nigeria. So it's not. It's good people know the reality, the
okay.
truth, because they just see you in UK and they think everything is good, everything
Rosy,
is
you
rosy.
are rich.
You can be earning 2K, 2,000 pounds per month. In Nigeria, people will help you calculate it in Naira,
Naira.
and say it's like 3
Thinking that it's
million.
commensurate.
Not 3 million, so you pay house rent from inside 2 million. How much is
How much
remaining?
is remaining?
You pay for fuel if you have a car. You pay council tax. You pay transport. How much is remaining? If you feel say 500,000 at the end of the day, that means you are very disciplined.
And that 500,000 doesn't have value for us here in pounds. Like, you're still converting.
So
to
if you see
Naira.
people sending you money,
So-
be grateful.
True, oh, be grateful.
Be grateful.
If I ever
Don't
send
say
you 10
5,000.
if it's
If
10
you that is
pounds,
in UK, you're sending 5,000. They don't know. Like,
they don't
I
understand. So speaking of salary now, in all fairness, because I really started my own career here in the school with very little experience. And when I say little experience from back home in Nigeria, my experience was from a secondary school and it was for 2 years. So if you want to be in the academics, it all depends on the level you are at your career. But be rest assured that, see, these things are on Google, really. Anybody can know how much are people working in the school.
Everything
What
is
role
there.
are you doing in that school? That's what matters.
Everything is on
So for the
Google,
fact that I have PhD, the question is, what is my role in the school? Am I teaching? Am I supervising? So
Are you board of
am
director?
Amen. You are wishing me
Ah,
well.
yes, now. Is it not PhD?
Rema, I claim it. So if it's for those that are teaching, in the core teaching, yes, you can earn above £2,000, really. Not that I
But
am
you are
doing-
not cleaning now. Are you an administrator? Are you a cleaner? Are you
Until what
teaching?
happened?
So that we would know.
Why
now.
all these
Because you are
depths?
saying it depends on the job that you are doing in the school.
Why
So
are
let's
these
know the
depths?
job you are doing.
Okay, I'm cleaning.
Aha.
I'm not cleaning. No.
PhD.
And you don't want to switch to care. Bring down your cleaning skills to the care
As in,
and make more money.
You are looking for cleaners. Okay.
Okay. Well, I'm interfacing with students. Just know that I'm interfacing with students. The rest of the gist is
Later.
Okay. So because the job I'm doing now, interfacing with students, I am not earning up to £2,000 after tax. Yes. That is my salary. So that in case if you are waiting for me to do giveaway and I tell you that I'm not yet equal to the task, you know that I'm not yet equal to the task.
Wow.
Is it that bad? It's not that
It's
bad.
not- no,
it's
it's
not
not-
that
it's not
bad
bad.
because I have a partner that we are both pulling our income together. So at the end of the day, at the end of the month, it's substantial.
And that is where another fact about living in the UK comes in.
Yes.
I
Two is
tell
better than
people,
one.
yeah, if you're coming to the UK and you have a partner, it makes life, in fact, you're already 50% solved, like you're 50%, what's the word? Give me the word.
Settled, Abi.
Like you're 50% there, because
Covered.
if I'm living in a 1-bedroom apartment and I have a partner that is also staying with me and we're paying
Those
1,000,
bills.
1,000 for that same amount, right? One person is paying 1,000, two people would also pay 1,000.
1,000. But I used to think if you're living alone, for example, you won't go for something big, like, because we are a family, we are forced to live in at least 2 bedroom. But somebody that is single can even decide to live in a shared apartment and then save more.
It's still the
more
same
on
thing.
bills.
Even if you're staying in a shared apartment and you're paying 500 and you have a partner, both of you can still stay. I
Stay
have
in that
people.
shared. Yeah, that's true.
And my
I know
partner is
somebody
receiving
like that
2,000.
too.
I'm receiving 2,000. We pay us rent. Our salaries together is 4,000, right?
Wisdom, yes.
4,000, and we pay us rent just 500. We have
£500.
3,500 left.
And this is
Let's say we
something
buy
you can-
food, 200, transportation, everything at the end of the month, all the expenses is 1,000. We have 3,000 saved. But if it's one person, after all my expenses in the month 1,000, I have just
Yeah.
1,000. So
That's
two is
true.
always
Two is
better
always
than one
better.
in the UK. I tell people all the time. So when you see a single person, because they'll be like, but you're single and you're not married, so what's eating your money? Bills is eating the money.
The
Because
singular
you're
bill
the only
is still
one.
the same thing as the plural bill.
Bills is bills.
Bills to the S. I see. So tell us what you think in the comment section. Do you agree with Gina on this, that two are better than one when it comes to bills here in the UK, or one is still better? It's a 50-50
Yeah.
thing, Sha. For me, oh, that's the way I
Because some
see
people
it.
will be like, it's not the same food they consume. But if you look at it the other way, it all depends on perception.
Individual personality again too.
Yeah, it does. So thank you very much. If you've watched this video to the end, we just want to say thank you for tuning in with us, for watching, for commenting, and for staying to the end.
Have you liked the video?
I
If
must
you
say-
have not, please like and
Please
support
like it.
Gina Space
I
channel.
hope we have made some certain things clear up. And please don't get us wrong. We're just trying to share our own personal experience, what we
experience.
think about it. It's not like everybody
Reality
needs
is
to
the
go
same.
or follow the same path. We're just talking about what we feel like, what we think is best for us, and we wanted to share it with you guys. So you can also drop your own experience, your own perception
Yes,
about
keep
what
it going
we've
in
talked
the
about,
comments.
so we know would be there to like respond to your questions, to your comments, and what you think about it. So thank you very much. I remain Gina Space and
Ginika of Ginika Talks.
which one is Ginika of Ginika Talks?
No. Okay, make I say again. My name is Ginika. Thank you so much, Gina, for having me in
You're
today's
welcome.
video. I enjoyed myself.
You did?
Yes, it was interesting.
Professor.
Amen.